Good morning, Facebook world. Today is day 83 or 84 of 90 of the Team Heart Life Facebook Challenge. And I have a really busy day today, so I wanted to jump on really quick first thing this morning and share my little piece for the day with you. So I don't really know what it is about Nikola Tesla, but he fascinates me, and I just seem to find pieces of his life that have meaning for me. And so today I just want to kind of share a little bit more about Nikola Tesla and actually a quote that he said. And so this is his quote. "I don't care they stole my idea. I care that they didn't have any of their own." And the more I read that, the more it seems to kind of just impact me because, we live in a world where everything is copied. There is no original idea, they say. And everything, as soon as something hits the market, it gets flooded with 1,000 copies or versions of it, all trying to be cheaper, better, faster production, whatever the case may be. But, as an event planner, when a client calls us and they want a proposal for an idea, for, let's say they want to do a Mardi Gras theme party. And, we spend all this time gathering all these quotes and getting information. We put it all together in proposal format, and we put in all these ideas and all these things to make their theme really come to life. And you propose it to someone, you do stand the risk that they're going to tell you no, and they're going to take your ideas that you've given them and they're going to go and do it themselves, or they're going to go and take it to a different planner and ask that planner to create the event that you've created. And it's just part of the business. Like, I don't know why, it just is. You just kind of expect it. And I've never had an issue. I don't know why, but I've never had an issue with someone wanting to copy an event and go off and do it somewhere else. And I definitely work with some vendors where it's an issue and they get really upset when they find out that a client took their information and then just went and did it themselves, or went and found someone else to do exactly what that client proposed to them. So, it's an issue. And I think there's a lot of people out there and a lot of industries out there where those kinds of things really do matter, as far as competition and all of that. And when you're in big business, you got to deal with spies and corporate spies and all that other stuff. But what I'm talking about is actually the creative process. And, I firmly believe that if something comes to you, if an idea comes to you, that you're not the only one getting the idea. I believe that we are all connected. We are all part of one source, one divine being. And that if I get an idea, that someone else is connected to that same wavelength, that same vibration, and they're getting that same idea. The difference is who's going to take action. And sometimes, I've had more conversations with people where they're like, "Oh, I was thinking about doing this." And then, I just kept thinking about it. And then 6 months later, I saw so-and-so down the street was starting to do it. And I'm like, you got to take action. If you have an idea, a dream, something that you've conceived of that you want to see come to life, you have to take action, because I'm pretty sure that creative energy is out in the world. And if you don't take action, it will find a source to take action. So think about that. But back to what Tesla was talking about is, rather than focusing on the what could be copied or taken or stolen, he focused on what he wanted to put into the world. Like, he focused on his inventions, on the things that he wanted to see in his lifetime and in his future. And he let everybody else do what they were doing. And he just put his creative energy in forward motion. And we need to do that. Like, we need to be doing that and not worrying so much about the other person over here. Despite countless claims that his work had been stolen, he just continued to work on his inventions. He didn't care. He just kept moving forward. He just kept trying to push his creative envelope and do what was in his mind, his job to do and to create. And I think that that's a life lesson for all of us. If we work on what makes us happy and quit worrying about everybody else, quit worrying about whether they're copying us or they're, trying to do the same thing, or, what is it they say? Copy is the highest form of flattery. Well, I guess it's great that someone wants to copy your idea, but the real gift comes from being the creator. It comes from being the one that came up with the concept, came up with the idea, came up with that creative energy and pushing it out into the world. And I think that if we all focused on that, if we all concentrated on what made us happy and what gifts we had to push into the world, I don't care. I don't care if someone does a better event than I do. I don't care if they're a cheaper event planner. I don't care, if they're, a million times more well-known or whatever the case may be. I believe there is enough in this world for all of us, no matter what it is. And we have to just be the vehicle for which God creates and expresses in this world. You just got to be open. You just got to let it come through you so that it can express in the world. And if we all focused on that, if that was where we put our energy and our attention, and not into all the negative crap and the mudslinging and the horrible talk conversations and all of those things, if we just let all of that go, we would be living such a different life. It's such a completely different life. So that's my little tip for you on this beautiful, gorgeous day in the Pacific Northwest. Go out there and let your light shine. Let it shine bright. And don't worry if the person next to you is shining just as bright, because they have a different light and a different path and a different gift to give the world. And even if your paths cross over, even if there are similarities, they are not you. So I love you all. Have a great day today, and I will see you guys all tomorrow.